We have this great line at the end of the second reading this week, and it's that desire to receive the upward calling of Christ. And so when we look at today's gospel message and we keep that in mind, what is this upward calling of Christ? I believe we can see what we are called to do today, because so many people are coming to us trying to trap us, trying to take an element of our faith, a dogma that we profess, and to turn it into a condemnation of not only people, but also the totality of the Catholic faith, much like the trap that they were setting for Jesus in the gospel. And I know for myself, I run into this, because I run into this when people challenge me on one specific teaching of the church, most especially those hot button issues of today. I get challenged on the church's stance on marriage, on the church's stance of gender or sexuality, the church's stance on abortion. And the thing that they do is they always just want to focus in. What is the primary teaching of this sin? And what we see Jesus doing today is that upward calling to remind us that we do not need to be lost in the darkness of sin, but we are called to rise up higher into the place of God's love and God's mercy. And that's what Jesus does. Jesus says, let's not focus on the sin. Let's focus on this broken woman who is before us. And let's our focus be an internal focus. Let's look at how we have experienced mercy from God, and then see this sister in Christ who is suffering because of sin, but is suffering and is broken. And our upward calling is to reach out to her in a way that helps her pick up her cross and carry it. That was the challenge that Christ put forth. And so when you or I are challenged on this issue of the church's definition of marriage, sexuality, gender, or abortion, we have to look past the sin. We have to look to the person. We have to look to the person who is suffering because they feel confused, because they're in a situation that life is, overbearing on them. And instead of just saying, you have sinned, we need to say, you are my brother or my sister in Christ, and I'm here to help you carry your cross. We must understand, just like Christ, our focus is not on the sin. Our focus is in, or should be on, our brothers and sisters who are suffering the effects of sin. God is merciful and God is kind, and He asks us to love one another.